Hi everybody, Paul Cameron here from speedupmyjobsearch.com, and today I'm going to give you a peek inside of speedupmyjobsearch.com and show you exactly what this site is. I'll show you the complete training program in detail and specifically how it can help you land the job that you want faster. A lot of people question where all this information comes from and if I can really help you find a job, or if I'm just another guy online making false promises to try to make money off of people who are in a tough situation and need to find a job. And that's not it at all. 100% of the proceeds of this site go directly towards helping more job seekers. So if you were to join our community and in this program, you're not only going to be helping yourself by doing that, you're going to be helping other job seekers as well. And if you were to sign up for any of our quarterly packages for 3 months at a time, and then you land a job early, we're going to donate the remaining months of your membership to other job seekers who need them. Right? Our number one goal here is to help job seekers. So the only people who are making money off of this website are people like you who invest in it and then get the job that they want and start getting the paycheck that they want. So I'm going to pull back the curtain here completely behind, all the pages and all the locks and let you see exactly what's on this site and see who I am, how this program is structured, and specifically what it can do for you. So please stick around to the very end of this video because this is going to be worth your time to watch this one. So first of all, I am a headhunter full-time. That's what I do, and I have been a headhunter for the last 20 years. So all of the videos that you see on this website and on my YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/speedupmyjobsearch, well over 100 videos in total, every single one of them, with the exception of the volunteer seminars, which I give in the evenings and over lunches, all of them were recorded between 6 and 7 a.m. before I start my workday as a headhunter, or sometimes I'll record them on the weekends. Now, even when I was hosting the radio show Job Talk here in Chicago for 8 years, where we interviewed all those experts like Martin Yates, the author of all those Knock 'em Dead books, which are great, and Richard Bowles of What Color Is Your Parachute, and Harvey McKay, and Robert Kawasaki, and Wayne Rogers, and all of those shows were taped after my workday was over. Right? I am a headhunter first and foremost. Look me up on LinkedIn. My recruiting firm is called Drive Staff. It's a tech recruiting firm in Chicago. You're going to see that I have live jobs posted right now that I am working on actively today. And on this site, if you look at the jobs tab, I have more than 1,000 jobs from across the country available to our members that you can start applying to today as soon as you join. And someone from my team or myself personally, we're going to call and follow up on every one of those applications from our members to make sure that they get in front of the right people at those companies, because we've got relationships with all of those companies on this site as well as on Drive Staff. Now, the reason that this is important for you to know that I am a full-time headhunter is so that you know that job search is what I do. Right? For the last 20 years, I have personally read hundreds of thousands of resumes. Literally, I have interviewed tens of thousands of people, and I'm seeing what works and what doesn't work. Right? I never send a candidate on an interview with one of my clients unless I have asked them how they answer certain questions, like why they're leaving their current position or why they left their last employer, how they respond to questions about skills that they don't have experience with, where they see themselves in 5 years, how they handle difficult employees or coworkers or managers. So I have heard personally thousands and thousands of really great answers to those questions. And I've also heard thousands of really horrible answers to all of those questions. And more importantly, I'm talking directly with the hiring managers and the HR professionals at my clients to hear what they like and don't like about these resumes and these interviews and the answers that they're hearing. Why did they bring this person in and not that person after just looking at the resumes? And I'm taking notes on this, right? I'm seeing who they actually hire and who they don't hire, and I find out why. I'm not just writing theories about how to land a job. I'm watching the process live every day, and I'm taking notes, right? I take a very cause and effect approach to job search, to recruiting, and then also to my job search. If you do this, then that will happen, right? If you have a searchable LinkedIn profile, then more employers will find you. Period. That's a fact. That's not up for debate, right? If you have a more strategically written resume, then you'll get more responses, right? And I can show you how to do that, right? If you know when and how to follow up on job leads, then you're going to have more success. A causes B, right? Now, I created this site because I see so many people every month who are not getting hired, and it's not because they don't have the skills, it's because their resume is preventing them from getting in the door by the way that it's written, or because they give the employer the wrong impression by the way that they're answering the interview questions. I mean, these people are completely qualified to do the job, but they're just getting in their own way, right? And the employers are missing out on great hires just because these candidates didn't know how to present their skills correctly, right? And these are senior level positions, highly skilled professionals. Even at the executive level, I should say, especially at the executive level, right? And the part that kills me about all this is that virtually all of these people I'm referring to here are very, very confident that they already know how to interview and that they know how to conduct a job search. So they're not even open to getting the help that they need because they don't realize that they are the problem in the process, right? And as a result, they start blaming market conditions or just specific situations at the company, oh, that was bad timing, or they chalk it up to just bad luck. And I'm telling you, that's not it, right? These things are things that can be very easily fixed, right? If you have the right insight into these situations, like from a recruiter who has taken thousands of people through the hiring process, seeing successes and failures. But first, you have to understand that you can conduct a better job search, and you have to be open to getting the help that you need. So if that's you and you are open to getting some help, I want to give you a quick tour of this entire program here and show you exactly what to expect. Okay, now first, right below this video, you're going to see a link to a syllabus, right? And print that out so that you can follow along with me here, right? You're going to see that we start this program out by showing you how to set up your workstation. And I give you a 5-folder plan to help you organize your search. And the reason that this is so important that you do this is because of the impression that it gives employers right from the beginning. I mean, put yourself in the employer's shoes for just a minute. Let's say you worked at my company, Drive Staff, and we had 2 people applied to the same Java development position. You call the first one, and they answer the phone, and they say, I'm sorry, can you describe the position just a little bit for me? It's just, I'm sending my resume out to so many different companies right now, I'm not sure which one this is. Okay, the translation of that exact sentence that you just heard to the employer is, I could care less who I work for right now. I just need a job, and nobody is hiring me right now, so I'm blasting my resume all over town because I'm desperate. Right? As the employer, that's what we hear. Contrast that to the next person who says, Drive Staff, great. This must be about that Java development position. I was hoping you would call. I really felt like I could be a good fit for that position. Right? Wow, that gives the employer a whole different experience with you as a candidate, and you can create that impression with every employer by the way that you organize your search and your workstation. So that's why we start there. After that, I'm going to show you how you can track your search, right? Not only to the places where you're applying to, which is important, but more importantly, in how you're tracking your stats so you can see exactly where your search is stalling. Right? If you know what's stopping you, then you'll know what to fix. Right? For example, if you're sending out 100 resumes and you're only getting like 5 or 10 responses from that, well, then you know you need to fix your resume, right? And who you're sending your resume to, that's fixable. That has nothing to do with luck. That is totally in your control. And this applies to the entire job search process, from networking to phone interviews to face-to-face interviews, all of it, right? If you know what to fix and how to fix it, then you're going to be able to get through the process and land the job you want faster. Does that make sense? So in the second video, I show you specifically how to do that. Now, after that, you're going to need to make sure your technology is set up correctly and you know which social media profiles that you're going to need. And it's important to know which social media tools are important for your specific industry, because some of them are going to be more effective than others, right? And if you're not losing time working in areas that aren't relevant to your industry, you're going to save time and land a job faster, right? So if you notice in the syllabus here, if you're going through that as I'm going through here, under each of these steps, I talk about posting in the forum. Inside of speedupmyjobsearch.com, we have an Ask Us community forum where you can post your action plans for the day or for the week and get feedback on them and accountability about them. You can post your resume and a link to your LinkedIn profile and get feedback and reviews on those things. The forum is available to full members, right? If you just go for the video training membership, still you're going to have access to every single video throughout this entire site and all of the training here. The only thing you won't have access to is the forum. So it's going to be more like buying a job search book, right? You know, if you buy a book, you can't ask it questions. Well, I mean, I guess you can, but that would be weird and it wouldn't answer, right? The full membership option lets you ask questions about any aspect of your job search or any specific job search situation that you're facing, and you can get some personalized professional advice and help you through those situations. You know, if you go through our free blog here, you can see some examples from our forum so you know what I'm talking about here. Just look for the forum called Forum Examples. And that's why the syllabus talks about all these posting updates. Just want to let you know. So after your technology and your social media is set up, we start talking about preparing for your next interview early, before you have one scheduled, right? There's a lot of prep work that needs to get done before an interview, and you can get that done now so you don't lose that time later, right? Like having the basic materials that you're going to need to bring with you, having a reference document prepared, knowing what to research so that you don't have to figure that out when it's time to actually do the research. Right? In this page, I give you a downloadable pre-interview checklist that you can use before all of your interviews. I have a debrief form that you can bring with you and use after the interview. I have a job offer comparison tool to help you make the right choice when you have multiple offers. The day before your next interview should be spent doing the actual prep work so that you can execute well while you're there, not trying to figure out what you're going to need that day before. Okay, so in this video, I walk you through everything that you can prepare ahead of time. Now after that, I have a very complete course on how to write a strategic resume that will get more responses. And it covers everything from the basic elements all the way through the advanced concepts. And I include templates that you can work from for both resumes and cover letters. I also go over handbills, and we talk about how to maximize your time at job clubs. Speaking of which, I run a job club here in the Chicago area, and I record all of the presentations on video, and I include those for our members as well. And we've had some fantastic speakers over the years, so you can check out all of those too, and essentially attend a job club without having to actually even leave the house. Okay, and after that, I'm going to steer you to our thank you letters video, which I have had multiple people tell me that they landed their job because of the thank you letter they created after watching that specific video. You know, and maybe that's going to be the thing that's going to make a difference for you, right? If you can add just one idea that will help you get an offer that you wouldn't have otherwise gotten, wouldn't it be worth your time to invest yourself with that information? So sincerely, I hope you'll join our community here and get this information. Now, at this point in the program, we start talking about strategy, and I show you how you can get influencers invested in your search, right? And how to network strategically through social media as well as in person. And networking is the #1 way to get a new job. We all know this, right? And I cover this topic in great detail. And my monthly job club focuses on networking strategies exclusively. That's our topic every month. And again, you have access to all of our presentations. I've got over, I think 24 videos in there of presentations from our presenters. And we add new ones every time we meet, which is typically once a month. All right, and you'll have access to those. Now, after that, I show you a very structured approach on how to call and reach out to employers on the phone, right? Including who to call within the company, how to get their names, when to call, when to follow up, how often to follow up, and specifically what to say when you call. I've got scripts that you can download, print off, and read when you're on the phone if you want to. All of that is in the Calling Employers video. Then, the most important part of this whole job search process is the interview. And I have one of the most comprehensive interview strategy programs available anywhere. A lot of these huge outplacement firms that charge thousands of dollars for their programs, a lot of their reps attend my seminars, right? This course can really help you. And I'll tell you, for the recruiting industry, right, the national average for the interview to hire ratio right now is right around 7-to-1, meaning that for every 7 interviews that the average recruiter sets up, they make 1 placement. Mine is 3-to-1. And frankly, it's never going to get any better than that. It's not going to go to 2 to 1 or to 1 to 1, because for every open position I get, I send them 3 people, right? They can't all 3 get the job, right? So this really works. And yes, I do take a lot of pride in finding the best candidates and people that my competition can't find. And I do that, which adds to my ratio statistics. But it's even more important that they know how to present their skills appropriately. And that's why my ratio really is where it is. And in this course, you're going to learn concepts of how to answer categories of questions. I teach concepts, not scripts, because it's essential that you tell the truth for your personal situation. You can't just take someone else's story or a script that you found in some interview book and make it your own. You have to learn how to do this, right? But once you do learn how to do this, you can very easily adapt it to your own real life work experiences and present them in a way that employers are going to get excited about, right? And if you have questions about any of this stuff, again, this isn't a static job search book, right? This site has a private member forum where you can actually ask questions and get clarifications. And yes, you can post questions anonymously if you want to and still get answers. So now you know who I am, what this site can do for you. And if you haven't already, go to my LinkedIn profile. Send me an invite to connect. If you're considering job search coaches, and other ones outside of this site, compare us. Compare everybody that you're considering. I know I'm making some really big claims here, that I'm going to show you more than these other coaches and these other outplacement firms that literally charge thousands of dollars and in some cases percentages of salaries. It's like, really? I'm claiming that I'm going to do more than all of those guys, and I'm going to do it for just 50 bucks a month, right? So compare us. Go to their LinkedIn profile and take a look. How many endorsements did they have on their profile? How many categories have the little 99 plus endorsements? How many recommendations do they have? How many followers do they have? What are their recommendations saying about them? You're going to see that all of my endorsement categories, I've filled all 50 of them, and they're all full. They all have that little 99 plus. I've got more than 100 recommendations on my LinkedIn profile. And I'm not pointing this out to impress you. I'm pointing it out to impress upon you that some coaches out there are just trying to make money off job seekers, right? They talk a great game, but there are others of us who walk the walk. And if you look, it's pretty easy to spot the difference. And again, 100% of the proceeds of this site go towards helping other job seekers. I built this site to help people find jobs faster. It's not about luck. It's about having the right process. It's about knowing how to conduct an efficient search and having knowledge of what real employers are looking for. And I can show you that, right? So I hope you'll join our community. Job search doesn't have to be such a guessing game. You can do this. Now, it's time to get to work.